Finally. Finally, we're good. Finally, it only took like a long time to get that sorted. Do I even have sound? We do have sound. Cool. Yeah, subshitters, welcome. I've been wanting to do the scripting. You know, I've been wanting to do scripting for this video for a while. It's the original live stream I had obviously didn't work out so well because I don't know what the hell happened. It just came in way too close to my face. Basically, what I'm doing today is I'm attempting to show everyone that I'm serious about actually doing this JHL album ranking review. I've still got all the notes that I had from the original first 5 albums that we had. They're all here, all 18 pages. And basically what I've got to do today is I've got to turn this into a song. So yeah, hopefully the volume isn't too loud. I don't know, like, is there like a mix? It's a mix. That is fine. That is fine. That's a royalty-free mix. So yeah, we're basically gonna be working a ranking today. If you want to say hi, obviously say hi. Obviously, if you're busy, that's totally fine. But yeah, we're just gonna see how we go with this. Still seems a little bit loud. We don't really want it to be too loud or anything like that. There we go. But yeah, so we're just going to be doing some scripting for that. Actually, I don't know if I can concentrate on that myself with that music being that loud. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better, I think. So yeah, there should be subtitles, I think, as well for people who need them. But we'll find out. So basically, yeah, let's just get into it. Script in the video. Script in the video. Script. Okay. Yeah, it's... I don't know if I like having that music in the background. I don't know if I'd like some ambient music or something like that. Don't know. And retrowave? What about that? Do that one. That'll be fine. Okay. So how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna script this video? How are we gonna do it? We'll go here. There we go. That's better. Now I can see the chat if anybody chats, so that's cool. So it's retro synthwave mix. That's pretty intense. Okay. Chou is a musician that I've become. I'll make it big so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing as well. In fact, I'll even push this over here a little bit just so you can kind of see more of it. That I've come to respect and appreciate over the last year or so. He's a great musician with 15 albums, studio albums, under his belt, and clearly he's someone who is comfortable with both his own style, his own discography, and his own presence in the international music industry. Can I make it like a little bit like maybe like 95? Here we go. I've just realized that that's like over here. Sup, Pitom JL. Hi, Pitom JL and Nero. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. This is just me figuring stuff out and doing stuff. Hi from Seattle. I know it's probably a different time for you guys, but that's okay. I'll put this over here actually. That way you guys are more likely to see it. And I'll put the the window up as well so that I'm on top of it. Seems like a smarter idea. Yeah, we go. Sup, Young Roy? How you doing? So yeah, we're just doing more sort of scripting for the video. So Jay Chou is a musician that I've come to respect and appreciate over the last year or so. He's a great musician with 15 albums, studio albums. That is to say studio albums under his belt, and clearly he's someone who's comfortable with both his own style. Musician I've come to. Oh, okay. That's late. That's late, Yang, but hopefully you're having a good night anyways. Hopefully in the UK. How are things going over in the UK? How are things in Seattle? How are things going everywhere else, you know? Hopefully you guys are having a good time so far. It's the middle of the week. It's a Wednesday, I believe, or a Tuesday for some people. His own story of his own present international music industry. I've reviewed 10 of his albums at the time of writing this introduction, and have always wanted to do a deeper dive into both Jay and his music. Given how little I know about the musician, and given that I don't want to potentially infer any thing outside of what I'm personally familiar with, or that's public, probably condemned. Sup, Tom? Welcome to the live stream. Just doing some scripting. Having some pizza, doing some scripting. Given how little I know about the musician, and given that I don't want to position the 20,000, I'm personally familiar with what well, that's. Or. And given that I don't want to pursue anything outside of what can personally verify, it's probably better to focus on his music. This is something that I'd like to continue. A lot of musicians, it's just that Jay inspired this. Close. It's 11:16. Close. 11:17 a.m. This series. We won't be going through all 15 albums in one video. There are several reasons for this. The first being that doing all 15 albums in one video would be a Leviathan effort, and I'm personally unsure how many people would want to watch a 5-album review, let alone a 15-album one. I figure that it's better to stick with the concept of a trilogy, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and then 11 to 15. That way we can potentially get albums 6 to 10 done before Christmas and 15 done in the new year. after completing Jay's last most recent album in April 2023. Without further ado, it's probably worth actually getting into the review itself. For today, we need to assess and examine the first 5 albums from Jay. They are in 1. And what are the names of Jay Chou studio albums? Jay Chou studio albums, discography, alright. So we got Jay to, should probably get like the full name. There we go. Fantasy 4, 5. Eighth Dimensions, Yes We May. And then finally, Common, Jasmine, Orange. There we go. Cool. So, Jay Chou is a great musician. Jay Chou is a musician I've come to respect and appreciate over the last year or so. He's a great musician, and he's a prolific musician. Prolific musician with 15 albums, studio albums under his belt, and clearly he's someone who's comfortable with his own styles and his own presentation in the music industry. I reviewed 10 of his albums at the time of writing this introduction. I've always wanted to do a deeper dive into both Jay and his music, given how little I know about a musician, Jay as a person, and given that I don't want to potentially for anything outside of what I can personally verify, it's probably better to first focus on his music. This is something that I'd like to continue with a lot of different musicians. It's just that Jay inspired this series. We won't be going through all 15 albums in one video. There are several reasons for this. The first being that all 15 albums in one video will be alive, and if I'm personally unsure of how many people want to watch a 5 album review, let on a 15 album one. I figure that it's better to stick with the concept of trilogy, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and then 11 to 15. That way we could potentially get albums 6 to 10 before Christmas, and then 15 done in the year after play Jay's most recent album in 2023. Without further ado, it's probably worth actually getting into the review itself for ranking portion of the video itself. As some of you may remember, I did some live streams a few months ago now discussing scoring the different Jay Chou albums on many different sort of criteria out of 10. This information is what I will be using for this video. I wanted to make it a more related approach as opposed to a generalized louder. I don't know if I can do that. Maybe if I go to here and put that down. Yeah. So go like out scripts. I'm just figuring out scripts. Just figuring out scripts. Calculated approach. Post for generalized. I want to make a more calculated approach to post a more generalized version, like with the albums that we usually do on Saturdays. There was a generally positive response to these sessions, and this is part of this. Yep. Most probably. Sense not to be honest. There was a generally positive response to these sessions, and this is part of why I'm doing this. Yes, because if I want to do videos like this, and people may as well go for it. Yeah. So we have, where was it? Can I do this on a separate screen just in case there's anything weird that comes up? So, yeah. There we go. Cool. Oh, that's awkward. It does all of them as it shifts. The following. What's the word for it? Areas to consider. Vocals. Vocals. Main theme. Rhythm, coloration. Coloration's a weird one. I don't know if I like the term coloration. Maybe motif. I don't know. Yay! I'm glad people are looking forward to it. That makes me happy. You know, it always a bit of a drag when you do something. Nah, we're doing stuff. It's cool. Ornaments structure. Ornamentation. Performance. Production. The feels? Why did I put the feels? Our eyelashes. Thanks for your donation. Thanks for your donation, La Chou Sell. La Chou Sell, I appreciate it. I hope Jay notices one of these days and gives you a shout out on his Instagram page. Thank you. No, that would be great. I just hope that if Jay does look at these videos that he enjoys them. You know. I'm hoping that this video that I'm doing at the moment will be a little bit more. Oh, come on, dude. There we go. There we go. It annoys me when you can't You know, like how these come out like this? It annoys me that they do that. I wish they kind of just stayed there and kind of stayed and they didn't go forward. I know they're trying to be clever, but I wish they'd just chill out a little bit. Feels. I feel like I'm missing something here, but I think it's a little bit too late for me to go through it. I honestly think that maybe I should just have motif as a coloration. Just because, like, only focusing on, like, you could argue that, like, there could be ornaments like through the melody or something like that, you know. I think I'm gonna basically change it to motif for future ones. I think that was kind of what I was going for with a lot of these, you know. Anyways, so I'm just gonna make sure that, like, this is okay. As some of you may remember, I did some live streams a few months ago now, scoring the different Chou albums on many different criteria out of 10. How big was it? Yeah. Out of 10. This information is what I will be using for this video. I wanted to make it a more calculated approach as opposed to the generalized version like with the album. Like the album live streams that we usually do on Saturdays. There was a generally positive response to these sessions from y'all, and this is part of why I'm doing this, because I find videos like this, and if people like yourself, like, wait, do I have theme? Did I put theme in there? Oh, no. You're right. No, you're right. Never mind. Excuse that. Excuse me. That's a good point. Coloration it is. Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. That's cool. That's fine. Also, I probably shouldn't change the criteria. You know. Hexagonal binning. What's hexagonal binning? I don't know what that is. Maybe someone can help me out. And then there's the overall score. I stuck with these different topics and areas throughout the first 5 reviews, live streams, and they worked well. They worked well. It worked well. Chou is a musician I've come to respect and appreciate over the last year or so. He's a prolific musician with 15 albums, that is to say studio albums, under his belt, and clearly he's someone who's comfortable with both his own style, his own discography. He's nowadays, it was nowadays, his own. Chou is a musician I've come to respect and appreciate over the last year or so. He's a prolific musician with 15 albums, that's to say studio albums under his belt, and clearly he's someone who's nowadays comfortable with both his own style, his own brand, his own presence in the industry. I reviewed 10 of his albums at the time writing this introduction, and I've always wanted to do a deeper dive into both Jay and his music. Given how little I know about Jay as a person, and given that I don't want to potentially infer anything outside of what I can personally verify, it's probably better to focus on his music. There is something I'd like to continue with. Discography based approach and inquiry. Don't know, this discography Coloration versus ornamentation. Unsure. Sorry, man, I'm unsure. My brain, yeah, it's a bit tricky. I'm not sure about that. We can figure that out as we go along. I probably won't get all the scripting done today, so that's fine. It's just a matter of getting some done, right? Matter of getting some done. But I'm happy with this part now. Given how little I know about Jay as a person, and given that I don't want to potentially infer anything outside of what I can personally verify, it's probably better. Yay, thank you. Okay, it's back. Okay, it's back. Lots of fun times. Lots of fun times with OBS today. It's great. It's good stuff, man. Love OBS. Love it. Yeah, I think we're good. The discography based approach is something that I'd like to continue with a lot of other musicians. It's just that Jay inspired this series, so he goes first. We won't be going through all 15 albums in one video. There are several reasons for this. The first being that doing all 15 albums in one video will be a Leviathan effort I'm personally unsure of you. The lowest score is 1 and the highest is 10. 1 is the worst song imaginable. The 10 is a perfect song with no flaws whatsoever. I stuck with those different topics and set areas throughout the first live streams and they worked well. At this point, these criteria will be what I stick with through the rest of these discography reviews, simply because it seems to make sense to keep them consistent. Yo, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that you like Jay Chou's stuff. We're gonna be figuring out how these songs, these albums score out of 10. That's the idea behind this. So that should be good. It's great that people enjoy his stuff so much. I don't imagine that there'll necessarily be the amount of interest in these reviews from other musicians and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how, like, if we do this, it doesn't matter, to be honest, because I'm doing it to do the video anyways. But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that you like Jay Chou. I'm glad. I do too. He's a good man. He's a good man. Criteria will be I stick with the rest of these reviews, simply SB ranking. Reviews simply because this makes sense consistent. So, without further ado, let's get started with album 1. Jay. Adorable Woman. So what I give Adorable Woman? Yeah, well, I mean, like, the beautiful thing about what Jay does is that he's got all his albums out there, you know? He's got all his albums out there, so you're more than welcome to check that out, you know? I would check out the music videos, but, like, if I check them out on YouTube, then they get copyright blocked, so it's a little bit tricky, you know? A little bit tricky. Oh, my goodness. I have to like correct like 3 pages of stuff. Okay. So basically I should just be able to like... I should just be able to rework this, so I shouldn't have to rewrite it. But what were the scores that I gave? What were the scores that I gave for these? Okay. Beautiful intro with the helicopter and the strings and the really fresh original theme. There's a difference in the chorus and harmonies between the verse and the intro. I like the variation. A variation of what? If I can't like validate something of harmonies, melodies, I don't know what to call that. Beautiful intro with the helicopter and the strings and a really fresh original theme. There's a difference in the chorus and harmonies between the verse. There's a difference in the chorus and the harmonies between the verse and... What did I write? I like the variation. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna like put that in like yellow to look at later on. It's very weird. I'm gonna put that as like the vocals are nice and varied, and it seems like Jay really wants it. He wants this first track to pop off. I like that, that's good. It's a lovely, fresh introduction to his work. It's a lovely introduction to his work. The guitar work, the guitar playing is sensational. Listen to it. Listen to that mid part. Interesting nostalgia reverb. There is an interesting nostalgia, and there's extra harmonies in the second part that really elevate it with the side pan vocals that comes in, and there's a bridge. Wow. Bridge section. There's the whoops too. Stunning. Those two. There's all these extra overdubs. He's hungry for it. There's so much variety. It's variety. Yeah. Okay. Sassy piano line. Nice panning. Interesting choice of the vocal overdubs in the intro. Nice transition into the verse. The falsettos are great staging. What the fuck does a great staging of the harmonies on the left and right? There are sub layers of keys too, and lovely falsetto. With the staging of the harmonies on the left and right, there are sub layers of keys too, and the lovely falsetto. Doing the lovely falsetto sections there. The choice of vocals, the choice of additional vocals don't make a lot of sense to me though. I don't get the context without watching the video. Great Moog synth, and there's a great Moog synth in the middle section, the mid section. Lots of love for that. Nice change of pace. The piano is cool by itself, but becomes part of the scene and almost becomes predictable by delivery. Through the looping of it until the late stage in the interval when it kind of trills and dances across the speakers. It's a shame that the interlude has filtered vocals. It's kind of weird. Starry mood. So I wasn't a massive fan of that one apparently. Okay, so we have a car. It's kind of cute, but there's a weird mid resonance that I don't like with the guitars. It's a bit rough sounding. Sweeten the vocals suit. Ah, yeah. No, that's true. There are some movie soundtracks. I don't know if I'll do the movie soundtracks at this point. Maybe it might be something I'll look at in the future, but I'm just kind of sticking to the album rankings, you know? I'm just keeping myself out of mischief like that. What is It's Very Sweet? Why did I write like this? What's on the left? Left of the stereo field. The oohs are good. Cute, and it definitely appeals to a certain audience. It's a wonderful little ditty and very sweet. The vocals are stronger here than in track 2 and more comfortable in the range. I like the varying vocal phrasing, but there's less ornamentation because the composition is arguably more conservative. The jazz inclusions later on are stunning. The rim shots are excellent. There's a lot to appreciate here, especially with the dynamic range. The bass is rolling in the deep, and this is a stronger track. I'm disappointed with the lack of oomph in the final. Ooh, there's the extra. What does that mean? Oh man, my writing doesn't make sense. The head voice is not kind to Chou. Great. It's great. Great that he explores the fretboard at the end. This is gonna be a bigger video than I thought. What does this? I don't understand what that means. I don't know. I'm gonna put that as a maybe. Fretboard at the end. Okay, I love the neutrality of the tone. So that was 7. Okay, I love the neutrality of the tone with these guitar bits. The choice to go for 808s and the drums like that with the shouty vocals. I don't like the energy there. It's almost like we don't trust the original theme. The flow into the falsetto is pretty, but the vocals are almost too wide to enjoy. Can make a wonderful reaction about the songs written by Chou. Thank you. Hopefully people enjoy this video, and it's good to know you like his music like that. There we go. Okay, I love the cello tone with these guitar bits. There are fantastic rhythms in the chorus section. Great there with a great unison with the guitar and kicks in that funky lift in the last half of the chorus. And that funky lift in the last half of the chorus is awesome. It's a song for musicians. It doesn't really sound like it's catering to the people. And that trill on and those trills on the guitar, my goodness. The panning in the second chorus is transcendent and the vocals are raw yet effective. 50-50 on a wrapping overdubs at the end. Okay, interesting. So basketball match. Apparently I didn't like basketball match that much. Basketball match has an interesting organ drum and don't do that weird synthy shit, please. The vocals are almost a little too active and don't gel well with the softness. The drums are almost a little bit too active and don't gel well with the softness of the vocals. There's a weirdness with the vocals and the inherent chemistry of the tracks here. Why are there voicing of phone calls? It's almost too experimental. It's really Jay reaching for his own sounds. The synthy parts of the breathing is not. I wasn't positive about this one, was I? Alright, part the interlude is okay, but why half of the bar? And not just all of it. Why is there, what does this have to do with basketball? The weird vocals that we had initially don't meld well with the doing the breathing and the drums too busy with it. And why are we suddenly doing harmonize? What is this? Why? Okay, I had some strong feelings about this one. I'm gonna have to chill on this. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Oh, hang on, that's not the right one. Okay, so apparently basketball match didn't do well. Okay, so we're starting with a ballad. It's very cheesy, but Jay's vocal suit this form better than some of the others. Interesting vocal exploration with the piano accompaniment. Nice work with the piano, nice with the chords. There isn't, is it? His head voice is transcendent. Is it transcendent to light? And he sits so well with the vocal for any unusual chord progressions. It's great to see him just sitting well with the vibrato and the falsetto. It's so interesting that just that. But then to have the drums and bass come in is unbelievable. This is why he became famous. He found his niche and sung his heart out. The chorus here was absolutely unbelievable, and I have nothing but love for the effort put in here. It's wonderful. Okay, so Black Humor. Oh yeah, Black Humor was 8.22. So that was a very strong score. Istanbul. Okay, so let's go. Lovely moves into here with those strings, the bright, gentle guitar work, and the vocals suit this vibe as well. Lovely hi-hat rhythm here that Ghost noted, so it's extra bell tree in the middle. The change harmonically in the chorus is fine. That is fine. A response between main and backing is great. The synth lead is so pretty, but his head voice is not helping him. It's great. There needed to be an extra lead on top of the final chorus. It's fine to have a catchy melody, but it's too dependent on it. Okay. Okay. Alright, I see you. Ancient Indian Turtle Dove. Great sound design in the intro. Cool concepts with the wacky guitar and synth sounds. Cool use of the hip-hop, jazzy drums and turntablism. The vocals sound so cool and confident he's in his elements and the guitars. Wild, dude. The Z's on the most creative tracks in the album. I'm not a super fan of the wide band vocals, but it's still fine. You know, key voicings are charming. The ski solo is invigorating. It slaps my dudes and dudettes. The drum work is fucking insane. Two-minute mark. The brass on the sides and the yeehaw, and there's cool rapping in the part. The clapping where he's found his vocal range. Lots of to and fro from the sing, the breakbeats organ, and the finesse and the charisma is a vibe. Cool. Ancient Indian Turtle Dove. Cool. We're doing well. We're through like one album and we've still got 4 to go. That's the thing with these videos, is why they take a while. Ugh. Having to translate 10 friggin' rounds of text might be a bit spicy, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go, you know? It's, you know, if I'm honest with you, right, I think I'm just gonna do more of this tomorrow. I mean, I know this isn't particularly, actually no, you guys know I'm working on this, so you can actually literally see this proof of me doing stuff on it, so I think it's better for you guys. Scripting takes a long time. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I think that we're gonna need like probably another week on this. So I'm gonna do another hour of this tomorrow. Same time, same place, but hopefully without OBS being silly Billy. Hey, Blue Dinner Box. Hey, yo. Yo. Okay, let's talk about that. I'm gonna be reading and using B-roll of the Spotify page plus the grading image, the scores. Yeah, I'll come back to myself between the song reviews. Yeah, there'll be minimal audio used in order to avoid copyright issues. Yeah, so this isn't going to be like my usual ones where like I play the whole song. If I do get this translated, it's going to cost money, so I need it to be monetized. So yeah. But you know, I'm also hoping that if it get, I'm also hoping that there won't be any issues with it being claimed or stuff like that. This is literally fair use. It's predominantly it's not a reaction video. It's literally going to be a review. This is me going to be playing a bit of the track, talking about my thoughts on each one after the other, and I'll make sure there's chapters and stuff like that so that people can do it. This, to be fair, a lot of people see these as reaction videos, which is, it's okay, because I get it. A lot of people who do reactions do exactly what I'm doing, where they will listen through, yeah. I think, exactly, like, it's honestly like, so just before I go, right? So like if I was to go here, set a timer, you know, stopwatch. I'll make it small so you guys can see it here. Yeah, so let's just say I did a stopwatch. So we're going to read through this part here, okay? We're going to see how long it goes for. We'll go up to the top, actually. Okay. Track 1. Adorable Woman. Beautiful intro with the helicopter and the strings and the really fresh original theme. There's a difference in the chorus and harmonies between the verse and intro. The vocals are nice and varied, and it seems like Jay really wants it. He wants this first track to pop off. It's a lovely introduction to his work. The guitar playing is sensational. Listen to that mid part. There is an interesting nostalgic reverb to the strings and keys, and there's extra harmonies in the second part that really elevate it with the sidepan vocals and a constant unison note, and there's a bridge section. There's the whoops too. Stunning. There are all these extra overdubs, and he's hungry for it. There's so much variety. Down. So that's like 41 seconds, you know. So it's 41 seconds of the song. I can play it on like minimal. I think with videos like this, you just need to keep it moving. You can't just spend like 5 minutes just talking about something. There's got to be movement between the sections. So like if I spend about 30 to 40 seconds per track, there's 50 tracks. So that's looking like about a half-an-hour video. It's looking like about a half-an-hour video at this point. It's looking like a 30-minute video. So it's looking like a 30-minute video at this point. I don't particularly mind that. I think that it's a lot shorter than, like, for instance, a lot of the live streams that we do, which are like 2 hours. But I'm glad that people are okay with minimal audio. It will be basically, it'll kind of be like an actual proper review with B-roll, kind of like a commentary video. Oh, we kind of like a commentary video. So like, you know, if you've ever seen someone do like a movie review or like a video review or something like that, that's the kind of direction this is going in. It just needs to have more sort of substance to it. And I think that if I can make sure that it's nice and full of stuff, that I think people will enjoy it. And again, people can check out the scripts here and you can let me know if there's something really sort of weird going on, if I've confused anything. It's all cool. But this is basically, anyways, I'm gonna go and I have some food. Was good to see everyone. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna go. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for tuning in. At least now you guys can see I've been putting some work into this. I don't know if we'll need more than a week to get the scripting done. The actual recording of it doesn't take very long, so I just need to read it. And then I just need to edit it. And because I've already figured out how to structure it, it's literally just going to be making sure that like I don't sort of fluff about and stuff like that. But it'll be okay. It's happening, all right? Stay cool, shooters. Spot hands up.